everybody. It's Jody Crowley with North of Boston Lifestyle Guide, and I'm here with Smita and her awesome company, the Giant Gorilla Greens. And she's here local in Woburn, Massachusetts, and she's going to tell us about her company and all that it has to offer. And I think you're going to be surprised and really excited about what she does.
Thank you, Jody. I'm so excited you're here. We are Giant Gorilla Greens. We are an indoor vertical farm, which, as you can see, we grow everything vertically versus the traditional horizontal farming. And we specialize in microgreens, and microgreens are young versions of your regular greens like kale and broccoli. So they're younger than baby greens, but they're older than sprouts. And they're incredibly dense in nutrition. So if anybody asks us why microgreens, it's because they can be up to 40% more nutritious than regular greens. So
It's huge.
yeah. I mean, essentially, I always say we're like a superfood factory.
Yeah, I love that. And the other thing I love about what you do is you're organic, pesticide-free, and you really do a good job on your website at describing the benefits of local.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic how much awareness there is around eating local. And some of the reasons we do want to eat local is because the food has not lost as much of its nutrition. Like if on average food travels like 1,500 miles in the United States to get from the farm to the grocery store, or I think farm to table is like 1,500 miles on average. So we cut that down. We're right here in the heart of an urban area. We bring you your food within like less than 24 hours, from harvest to your table.
Yeah, awesome. So is there anything specific you want us to know about some of the offerings that you have here?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if people are interested in like nutrient dense food, which I find that a lot of our customers are, and if you need help figuring out which one, I would highly suggest broccoli microgreens. There is a ton of research behind broccoli. It's extremely concentrated in a compound called sulforaphane. It's incredibly healing. It calms down inflammation, and it's definitely like a star.
Nice. So I wouldn't have even thought of that. I did notice one of the comments on your website is one of the parents was so pleased that the broccoli microgreens were like a huge hit with the kids. I loved how they tasted versus like the more mature plant.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a great point to bring up. The broccoli microgreens do not taste like broccoli. They're very mild. They're very soft and they're easy to eat. So you can add them to anything. You can add them to a smoothie, and you're not going to alter the taste of anything like massively. It has like a very, very neutral taste. So that's an added bonus.
Excellent. Well, I'm super excited. You're in the north of Boston area, and you help provide greens for our residents and our local restaurants. And where else might people find Giant Gorilla Greens?
So besides shopping on our website, which is giantgorillagreens.com, we're also available through a couple of grocery delivery services like Market Today, New England Country Mart, and in store you can find us at DeLuca's Market on Newbury Street in Boston. They're also on Charles Street in Boston, and we're also available at the South End Food Emporium in South Boston.
Nice. Now, if they shop online, is it a delivery service? Is there a pickup option? What are the choices there?
We have both.
Nice.
So delivery minimum, we have kind of a small radius. So north of Boston is where the bulk of our business is. And we don't go very far south of Boston. So around here, the delivery minimum is $20. And message that I definitely want to put out there is that, when we eat well, it can make a massive difference to our health. I myself, have a chronic condition that I manage just through my diet, and fortunately, I have been able to do that for the past few years, and my symptoms have calmed down, inflammation has calmed down, and I do think that there are, I think over 50% of Americans that have at least one chronic condition. And I think that a lot of that can be corrected and calmed down through what we eat. I think that it's not just the microgreens, it can also be about cutting out things that don't suit us. For some people that can be dairy, for some people that can be gluten. So, just kind of understanding our bodies and giving it the nutrition it needs, can make a very, very massive difference to our quality of life. And we really want everybody to have, live life, without pain and without inflammation, without, everyday stressors. So, that's the message.
Thank you for sharing that. I think it's such a powerful story. It's so powerful when someone is able to take something that is very personal and make something tangible that's going to help people on a broad basis. And I think that's to be celebrated. And thank you for what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right. Do you mind sharing with us about how the idea of the business started and how it evolved?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to. So we were, as a family, my husband really loves growing food, and he was growing microgreens at home. Just because we love eating fresh food, and if it's something you're growing yourself, it can be even more fun.
Yeah.
So we were growing it for ourselves, and it was a part of our daily diet. But when the COVID-19 pandemic started and everybody went down into a lockdown, we were, we absolutely believe that this food is very dense in nutrition. It does us a lot of good.
Yeah.
We basically wanted to share it with everyone, so we started growing some extra microgreens at home, and we were giving it away to our neighbors. Obviously, we were in lockdown, and our neighbors were literally the only people who could see.
Yeah.
And probably not even talk to. So we would just text them and leave it outside their door. And I think people really enjoyed the food. And this one time, one of our neighbors tried to pay us for the greens. And that's when we realized that there is a demand for the product, and people are willing to pay for the product. So we grew it to a point where we outgrew the house. And once we outgrew the house, we moved here to our warehouse in Bhuban. So here we have some sunflower sprouts, and the purple ones are daikon radish. Both of these are incredibly popular. The radish can be a little spicy. It's great to add to anything that you want to add some flavor as well as color. And then the sunflower can be really, really fantastic in smoothies, salads, anything you want to add a little crunch to, and it's really good for snacking by itself too. It's really high in protein as well. So they're both fantastic.
Nice.
So this is our salad mix. It's a mix of broccoli, kale, arugula, kohlrabi, and cabbage. It's incredibly popular, and it's very mild tasting. There's no bitterness, and people really, really love this product.